Hey everyone, it's Alfie from RWRD here. Today we're venturing down to Croydon to hear the story behind the coffee of Mr Tinto's. Alright, we've made it here to Mr Tinto's roastery and we're gonna go inside and see all the good stuff. Coffee, coffee, coffee. But first things first, let's go meet the man behind all of this. So where does the coffee originate from and how does it actually get from there to here?
Coffee comes from tons of countries around the world. You got countries like Brazil, there's huge amount of coffee coming from there. You got Colombia, which I'm Colombian, and they are more into their specialty coffee right now, but then you got beautiful coffee from Central America and all that. We roast on demand based on what is coming. So we prefer to keep it in green and just work our way through as the coffee is coming. Because the idea is that it's fresh. Although you cannot drink it as soon as we roast it, you have to wait a little.
You have to let
and then we put it in these buckets here, which soon will be into a big shelf. We put them in the buckets, we label them, and as the orders come through, all the time they're coming. And sometimes you want to go home, and they're just still coming. So you can... That's good, that's so good. So we rest in this coffee because it's going for someone. It's Los Riscos. It's one farm. I love it. One single bean, and it's amazing. So we're now waiting for all the gases to come out. It's been there for 2 days. I like it, 4 days. We get to drink it later as well.
Oh my, it's still
it feels, it hits you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's still there. It's that gentle slap in the face of the aroma of the coffee.
Yeah,
It's
and that's the beauty of fresh coffee. One of the important things about the coffee that we work with is that high altitude in coffee give you what you call sour, which is the acidity, and then after the acidity you will feel some sort of flavors, either chocolate, either floral, depends what coffee has in it. When you roast darker, which you will see in a minute, that goes, and that's what you see in the chains like Costa, like Nero, like Starbucks. They bring coffee from different parts of the world, they blend it and roast very dark so they can achieve those flavors. Whereas here we actually looking to showcase the flavor of the coffee, and it's like a beautiful girl and you want to see what personality she has. That's what coffee is. Specialty farms don't produce a lot of coffee, do you know that?
I didn't know that, no.
There is some farms, we had a farm called Sandra, only produced 30 of those sacks, 35 kg on those sacks, and we bought 20 sacks of that, and that was the production of the year for that farm.
Okay.
So once we finished that farm, we moved to the next one, so new logos, and we might do
new logos, new coffee,
new everything.
So it's your coffee is very limited, so it's like the supreme of coffee basically.
It is in a way. When I put the coffee, I turn my gas off. This is what I do.
Okay.
The 35 seconds delay, and I need that 35 seconds delay. I need it in my recipes.
Okay.
I mean, the roasters over there probably say, no, why can you do that? Okay, that's what I do.
Okay.
So you need to do it. This is very important. The coffee needs to get cool as soon as we drop it. Stop roasting. We want it to stop roasting, okay? The longer you go, the more you roast. We don't want that.
This is a lot of pressure.
It's a lot going on, I know. Don't worry.
Oh, wow. No pressure, but we're going to be roasting some coffee. I've never done this before. No experience. Should be fun because coffee is amazing. Yeah, let's do this. All these numbers, buttons, levers, and charts. It's a lot, but it's fun. I love coffee, and I'm pretty sure coffee loves me because I'm pretty much coffee at this point.
Coffee. Now, go down to 4.
The square one.
Yeah, and then the arrow.
1.
Go down to
4, exactly.
Yeah, 4 0.
So basically what we've done here is made my own coffee. Pretty amazing, stressful. And basically what we're doing now, we're waiting for the coffee to cool down before we then take it over to the other side of the room, grind it and basically cup it. Before the whole roasting process, I've learnt that the coffee arrives in these massive like 70 kg bags. That's quite heavy. I don't think I can lift that at the gym yet because I've been slacking on gym day. I've also learned where the coffee originates from, and it comes from a farm in Colombia, which, to be quite honest, I'm lost for words because this whole experience is a bit overwhelming for me because I've never been to a roaster before, and I've actually come to a roaster. I've been introduced to the guy that runs the place. I've actually roasted my own coffee. I've been through the stress of roasting the coffee. It's actually really stressful, you know, all the buttons. He just reached in and he grabbed some of the coffee and tried it, like in its bean form. And would you say that like that is an effective method of like getting like...
It's not perfect, but it gives me an idea where we are. I have to proper chew it.
Oh, chew it?
Yeah, chew it. Because once you chew is when you can brew the coffee in your mouth, basically. I mean, we're inventing a new rules here, but there's not a book coming out. But
I normally do that with 1 coffee bean, but I did that with 5. That was an experience. I didn't know other people did the same thing as me. I tasted some acidity. It was like an earthy kind of like woodland kind of vibe. That's what I was getting from this, and I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. So now you watched me go through the stressful process of actually roasting coffee, and it was intense, I'm not gonna lie to you, but right now the coffee down here, as you can see, it's cooling down, and it just looks amazing, to be honest. There's no other word to like summarize it. Like, coffee is amazing, and it was such a fun process to do. And what we're gonna do next is, once this coffee's cooled down, we're gonna go over here and it's gonna go in one of these white buckets over here to basically rest and settle down, because with coffee you can't, you know, use it straight away. It needs to set down and relax for a bit. A lot like when you do a painting, you can't just hang it on the wall straight away because the paint will run off the canvas. It's a lot like coffee. You have to let it settle for a minute, let it chill, let the flavors actually just like feng shui with each other. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna get the coffee from the roastery machine and we're gonna put it in a bucket, and it's gonna sit in the bucket for a few days before it's ready to actually vacate the premises. And I think we just let it do its thing. So there we have it, from to being roasted to being packaged. Here is the coffee, which I'm going to call Alfie's blend. I'm only joking. So this is the final step, and what an experience it's been. Like, this is insane. So I've got something really exciting. Basically, I've never done a cupping session before, and that's what we're doing right now. And I'm so excited because it's exciting, you know, drinking coffee, tasting coffee is such an amazing process. So what we're doing now, we're waiting 4 minutes for the coffee to basically brew and feng shui with each other. So the flavors are just there existing. And that's what we're gonna do. So let's get to tasting this coffee.
So the first thing we do before we actually drink it is break it, okay? It's called breaking the coffee.
Cool.
So it's been 4 minutes. What I like you to do is slowly, you're going to put the spoon in and push it away, and what you smell, then try to remember what you smelled when it was dry.
Okay.
And now we want to see what flavors are coming out now that it's been infused for well, 6.5 minutes. So we go like that. Single origin.
I like this one, but not as much as that one. I guess it's because I like more of a fruity coffee.
So this is what I like you to do. Take it, and then you go in.
Interesting.
You need to let air coming in.
So you have to.
When you do that, like spraying the coffee in,
Okay.
and that's how it hits all your senses. And
Okay.
that's right.
Okay, let's give this a go. So I go in like this, correct?
Yep.
And then
Without fear.
So out of these four, what would you say is your favorite?
I like this one. This is what I'm into, but it changes all the time. So I would say that I could have this in a flat white with oatmeal. It will be lovely. The fruitiness. This will be more like my morning coffee. I will go for that. That I need to go and think about. I need to go to the drawing. I'm now upset about this coffee. Gosh, I got a problem to solve for tomorrow.
I'd like to say thank you very much for having me. This has been such a surreal experience. Thank you so much, Ben.
Well, my pleasure. Anytime.
If you want to find out more about Mr Tinto's coffee, visit his website that is in the link below, or the link down below. If you're in Croydon, he's plotted up in various locations, so stop by and say hello. Also, if you download the RWRD app, you'll be able to find out loads of awesome independent coffee shops on there, so amazing.